There you are, and a warm welcome along to today's United Kingdom talk here on United Kingdom Radio. Just gone 3 o'clock on Saturday, Saturday the 7th of August, and it's a very wet day. Chris Reardon got caught in the rain today, yes, cycling home from the bank. I'm sure you find that very amusing, don't you? Yes, poor old me, wet. I mean, it was melting, like the woman in The Wizard of Oz, I was melting. And already we have a message from little old Travis and Terry Turner in Huntingdonshire, home of hard-to-let properties here in the UK. Good afternoon, boys. And their message is, yo. I think that's some sort of young hello type thing, whatever it is. Yes, once again, you'll know, are you listening to the show live, or are you listening or watching a recording? Well, I shall tell you now, it's 2 minutes past 3 on Saturday, the 7th of August, 2010. If that's the time and date where you are now, then you know you are joining us live, and indeed, you can join in live with the show as well. There are various means to do that, which I shall tell you later on, okay? Don't all rush. There's also an email address to the show. The email address is chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk, right? chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. We're going straight into some emails today, because you may remember on Thursday's show, weren't you with me Thursday? Oh dear. Don't you know we're here Thursday morning, eh? The show is live, okay, on Thursday mornings, and on Tuesday mornings and Thursday mornings at 11 o'clock, and on Saturday afternoons at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, okay? Once again, Tuesday and Thursday mornings at 11 o'clock and Saturday afternoons at 3 o'clock UK time. And you can join us you can watch that or listen to that by going to a slightly different address from the podcast, unitedkingdomradio.co.uk, alright? So once again, Tuesday and Thursday mornings at 11 o'clock UK time and Saturday afternoons at 3 o'clock UK time. Go to unitedkingdomradio.co.uk at these times and click either watch or listen to the show. Don't be a stranger. Please don't be a stranger. The email address to this show is chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. Now, something very, very important, boys and girls. Pay attention. The cats, the new cats, or as my best friend calls, the twins, okay? The twins have been named. My best friend Ronnie has bought 2 beautiful little ginger, tiny little kittens they are. Tiny little kittens. On Thursday's show, we were asking for some names. And we have had various names coming through. Now, where's my... Oh, I thought I bought my phone here. Oh, that's annoying. Just a moment. Let me see if I can find... we had a lovely various emails. There it is. From Vicky. Vicky, who recently sent me 4 tins of American Bush's baked beans. 1 tin of which, Vicky, I've just had now. Literally, I finished it 4 minutes, but I didn't time myself very well today, and I finished my tin of Bush's original baked beans 4 minutes before the show was due on. So I've had 2 out of the 4 now. I'll let you know when I run out. Oh, no, not that I'm asking you to send any more. I wouldn't dream of doing such a thing. God, so, I mean, they cost enough, don't they? That's enough. Don't be sending me any more beans, Vicky, because it's not fair on you. I'm not a taker in this life. I don't take. Pardon? Well, not gifts from people, anyway. Stop it now. This is a family programme. Please. Keep it clean now. Now, Vicky says, "Hi, Chris. Ron," that's my best friend, "may already have picked out..." Look, I'm actually reading this email directly off a screen in front of me. How green is that? Don't you think that's quite green, that, eh? I haven't printed this. Maybe I should do all my emails in future straight off the screen, and then I won't have to buy endless reams of paper. Well, paper's quite cheap, isn't it? I always use both sides. Do you? Absolutely. I always print on both sides of a piece of paper. You should do that as well. Please, don't argue with me, just do it. Anyway, Vicky says, "Hi Chris, Ron may already have picked out names by the time you get this message, but here goes anyway." Now remember, 2 ginger kittens, one's a boy, one's a girl. And she is suggesting whiskey and hops, like the stuff they used to make beer. Hops are green. Do either of the twins have green eyes? Yes, they do. One of them has green eyes, and I think the other one's got brown eyes. She says, will they be long-haired cats when they grow up? I don't think so. Not sure, though. Not sure. My cat is a long hair. He started shedding his fur in March, and it hasn't stopped. Oh, it doesn't. It just falls out. The same sort of thing happened to my head a few years ago. I think possibly I was a cat in my last life. I may well have been a cat in my last life. I don't know. Anyway, she carries on to say, I have given up wearing dark clothes. Everything I own is covered in orange fur. Well, that may be an attraction, Vicky. There are people out there who like orange fur. 'Tis true, my dear. She says, will the shedding ever stop, or is this the new normal? Well, I don't know. What is normal? I mean, are you normal, Vicky? Am I normal? I don't think so. If I was normal, would you be listening to me? That's the question. I don't think you would. I honestly don't think you would. She says, this is my first cat, so I'm a bit clueless about some of these things. Well, Vicky, the thing is, yes, cats do molt all the time, but more so in the spring and in the autumn, when they are changing their coats for the winters and summer months. My cat isn't dropping fur much at all now, but certainly in sort of March, April, May, it starts coming out, and it's all over the place, all on the furniture and everywhere else in the kitchen. Terrible. She says, did I hear correctly that you have already been enlisted as babysitter for the new twins when Ron test drives a new car? Yes, I was enlisted already. She says, Uncle Chris to the rescue. I do like the uncle thing. You know that? I love being uncle. Ha! And what will Katie say when you come home smelling of new kittens? Well, she didn't say anything, actually. I don't think she noticed. Or if she did, she didn't say anything. Katie is, of course, my own cat. Her fur, when she drops her fur, it tends to be the white fur that comes out and not anything else. It always seems to be the fur that shows up more than anything else, you know? I mean, no doubt, if I'm dressed in white all the time, which I could do because I am, you know, virginal, I think I could once have been. I mean, apart from once being a cat, I think I may have been what's the word? Regurgitated? No, not regurgitated. What is it when you come back to life again as something else? What is that called? Someone answer me. I can't think what that's called at the moment. No, I can't. Oh, isn't that annoying when you get a word like that? No, can't remember what that is. When you come back to life as something else. I think at one point, hang on, Travis is going to answer me. Reincarnation. Thank you, Travis. Thank you so much. He's there, ready to help at the first opportunity. Thank you, Travis. Yes, reincarnated. I think I'm going to be reincarnated as first of all, as a human. Before that, as a cat. There must have been various other things that I was, and possibly once as the Blessed Virgin Mary. I think I possibly was. I think all these years I've been reincarnated, and at one point I may well have been the Blessed Virgin Mary, Mother of God. And that's why I feel I could wear white in the house. White trousers, white shirt. And if I wore white, I can guarantee that Katie would no longer drop the white fur. She would then drop the black fur, because it would show up on the white, wouldn't she? What is it with these cats? Are they doing it on purpose? Vicky's with us live this morning. Good morning, Vicky. Good afternoon, Vicky. Morning for you, of course. Who says, hi, Chris. Hope you're having a great day. It's not a nice day here. It's very grey and overcast, and it's drizzling. It's that rain that gets everywhere. It's not cold, so you can walk me a T-shirt on, but nevertheless, it's getting everywhere, you know. I'm now sat in my studio with my curtains closed, my lights and the studio lights are on, and the air conditioning keeping me cool because I am hot. As those of you that are watching can probably see, I am very, very hot. Although I haven't had a shave. I have had a haircut. I'm looking quite hard today. You know, I think it's going to be a case of when I go to work later, I think people are going to look at me, oh, don't want to go too near him, we might get beaten up or something like that, you know. They do get a bit scared. People will cross the road. They cross the street, don't they? Eh? Vicky says the predicted high of 82 degrees. Meow! Oh, Vicky, we haven't got 82 degrees here today, my darling. But even if we did have, it would still be horrible and grey and nasty. Good morning to Gary Burton, who joins us as well this morning. Morning, Gary. He just sends, or good afternoon rather, Gary. He sends us a little message there. Hello, Gary. And Suko in New York is here as well. Who says, am I invisible? No, why should you be invisible? Why should you be invisible, sir? I tell you what you are, Suko, is impatient. You're impatient. You send a message and you want it up there like that. Well, I'm afraid this is not McDonald's, dear. You know, there's no menu behind me to tell you, or in front of me indeed, to flash a light saying, Suko is sending a message. Please read it immediately. I'm sorry, dear. You go in the queue the same as everyone else. We need a little bit more patience, Suko. It's like your listening figures. Nothing is instant, dear. We need a bit of patience. We really do need a bit of patience. She says, I answered reincarnated before Tara. I don't think you did, actually. How would you know? How would you know? Are you getting the messages the same as me? Are you logged into Skype at the same time? Are you reading my private personal messages? I bet you go through your daughter's mobile phone as well, don't you? I bet you do. I bet you're in that bedroom when she's at school, looking for evidence of things, whatever. Hidden cigarettes and bottles of alcohol. Yeah, that's Suko's daughter. Oh, yes. Cigarettes and alcohol. I mean, it's the way they're brought up, you know. It really is. Shocking way to carry on. Did I tell you, Suko, by the way, that Vicky sent me in 4 large cans of bush baked beans? I think you just sent the small ones, didn't you, lovey? Eh? Did you just send the small ones? Now, apparently, Suko is on air after me today at 4 o'clock. Hopefully there will be something of interest in your show, Suko. But even if there isn't, we'll be happy to listen to you anyway. Perhaps you're going to sing some of your Chinese songs again, like you were doing on this show the other week. I'm not singing for you today. There isn't time, okay? No time for me to sing to you today. She says, please, you can diss me, but not my daughter. Well, they're all in there. I mean, the entire family are sitting there, knocking back the old drink and eating food and smoking there, while they're all sitting there watching the most reruns of Friends. I reckon that's what goes on there. Suko, lovely to hear you, my darling. Don't be a stranger. You disappear now. I never hear from you anymore. You know, and never hear from you anymore. It's most disappointing. Terry, who's in Huntingdonshire, here in the UK, writes, I hate to rub it in, but it's nice and sunny here in Huntingdonshire at the moment. Going to Blackpool to meet up with Travis in about a fortnight. Got any advice? Well, I don't know. What do you want to do? What do you mean meet up with him? Oh, what is it? Is it a date? Is it a date? Or is it just a friends meeting? Well, you have to give me a bit more information than that. I'm not very good at dates at all, really. Not very good at dates at all. Gary Burton reckons that in the Suko household, as well as drink and smoking cigarettes, he reckons there's drugs going on in there as well. Well, I'm not surprised because, you know, the husband was a policeman. And we know they are as crooked as anything. They're much worse than you and I, Gary. Much worse than you and I. Anyway, back to the cats. Let me get back to the cats. We've got an email here from the lovely Lady Lisa in sunny California. I'm being very naughty today. Who says, let's see, I think little Mikey's 2 names suggestions for the kittens were fabulous. Yes, Mikey Holt, Head Chav, here on United Kingdom Talk. Yes, he certainly is. Mikey Holt Head Chuff did come out with 2 very good suggestions for the cats' names on Thursday. I can't remember what they were now, actually. She says, however, if for any strange reason they are not taken on, my additional names for the suggestions are Chili for the boy and Pepper for the girl. Now, I really like those. I really, really like those. Chili and Pepper. That's 2 really good names. And I've given Ron all these suggestions. And in being like what he is, right? In being like what they've chosen their own names. The cats... do we need a jingle here? Just a moment. Let me see if what I've got here. Have I got anything here? We need like a little bit of fanfare here, I think. Oh, yeah, I know what we'll have. We'll have that one. We'll have that one. Right. The cats have been named! Oh, that was handy, because I was able to finish my cup of tea then. The cats have been named by Ron and his other half. They are being called D and G. Yes, I thought that's what you would think. D and G is their names. Very, very disappointed with those names. Apparently after... Are you ready for this? Oh, I can't wait to tell you. After Dolce and Gabbana. I mean, isn't it pathetic? It's pathetic. Suko would have come up with much better names than that. What are your names, Suko? I can't remember what your names of your cats are now. But D and G, I mean, to me, the 2 letters do sound very similar. And I think the cats are going to get confused. D and G. Vicky was saying, you're going to be the babysitter. Yes, I was the babysitter on Thursday. when Ron went to test drive a new car. He's going to purchase a BMW. He's actually going to purchase a BMW. Right, and he went to test drive it, and he loves it and all that. But I said to him, because he doesn't live... I mean, he'd kill me if I tell you. If I tell you this, you must promise not... if you ever communicate with him, you mustn't tell him what I'm telling you here. Well, I'm not going to tell you. If I can't trust you, I'm not going to tell you. Can I trust you? Are you sure? Okay. Where he lives isn't... How can I put this? It's... I wouldn't feel safe where he lives. You know what I mean? I've just got to... Stevie, I've got you on hold at the moment. Just stay there and I'll be with you in a second, Stevie, okay? Yes, it's like, it's a bit rough where he lives. And he hasn't got a garage, and I'm very concerned that this car is going to be damaged. Because you know what people are like? They're very jealous. I myself have a very bog-standard little Toyota Aygo. Often people see me in my car and say, with a confused look on their face, is that your car? And I'm like, yeah, well, why haven't you got something better than that? I said, well, it's a car. It gets me from A to B. Yeah, but you could get that. Well, why do I want that? That costs more money. This is fine. This gets me from A to B. I have no interest at all in any status symbols or anything like that. That does not interest me at all. But he, on the other hand, oh yes, it's all the flash... Excuse me, hiccups. It's all the flash designer clothes and all the, all the rest of it. And he's going to get this car, and I'm very concerned that it's going to be damaged. I really am. And I mean that most sincerely. No, I'm not going to damage it out of jealousy. It doesn't bother me what cars people have. It does nothing to me. Sometimes you're driving along and you might be sitting at some traffic lights. And then you look over and there's like this flash, I don't know, Land Rover, like towering above you. And they look down their noses. And I just look over and I look the other way and I ignore them completely. Does nothing at all for me at all. So I'm very concerned about that. So, yes, he went and drove his car, and I think he's going to order it in a few weeks. And while he was there, I looked after the cats. Not that they needed much looking after, I have to say. Most of the time, they spent underneath the settee. Asleep. You know what kittens are like. Let's go to Skype. Good morning, Stevie.
Hello, babe.
Hello, Stevie. How are you today? Do we have to
I'm
have
good,
all this...
babe. How are you?
Do we have to have all this babe, dear?
Oh, don't be silly, dear.
Babe, what's all this babe stuff?
You know what I'm like, dear.
Well, I know. Try and harden up a bit, at least for the show, could you?
All right, love.
Do you like the new haircut? Could you see it, Steve?
Yeah, it looks very sexy.
Is it a bit scary? Are you sort of looking and thinking, oh, I don't think I could approach him. He's a little bit scary now.
Yeah, you look like a monster of a horror film.
A monster?
Yeah.
Oh, talking of monsters, there was this programme on the telly the other day, and what was it? It was about these young people, and they live on their mums do absolutely everything for them. I hope you're not like that.
No, I'm not, babe.
Babe? Will you stop calling me babe?
Alright.
Mate will do. All right, mate. How's it going?
Alright, mate. Yeah, I was going good, mate. How's it going?
Can we
yeah.
put on a bit of a, a bit of a more butch accent, if you could?
Yeah, alright there.
Now, there was this programme on the other day, and it was about these teenagers. It's a series. I think it's on BBC Three on Sunday nights. And these teenagers, their mums do they're in their early 20s, and their mums do absolutely everything for them. And I just couldn't believe it. Just couldn't believe it. And the way they talk to their mums and dads was awful. I hope you're not like that, Steve.
Oh, no, I'm not like that, honey. You know I'm not, babe.
Honey, babe, please, do we have to have all these words?
Alright, I'll calm down a bit, honey.
Thank you. What are you calling it about? My guess is the cats.
Pardon?
What are you calling it about?
Well, I only just joined you because I just got up, so I thought I'd ring you to have a chat.
It's 3:20 in the afternoon. What do you mean you've just got up?
I just got up.
Oh, that's terrible.
No, it's not. I'm a chav. I told you this before.
Are you like the head chav? And you know when there's like 4 of you sitting on a wall drinking cans of lager, are you like the tall one in the middle, and all the other little chavs have to do what they're told?
Yep.
Do you
But
go...
not lagers, darling. Vodka.
Oh, darling. Well, it's a bit like that in Suko's house. They're all drinkers
Yeah.
in there, really. Drinkers. Do you know Suko?
Who's Suko?
Suko, she's a new... Oh, exactly. Who's Suko?
Well,
Oh, she ain't
I've
gonna
never
like
heard
that.
of that name before, to
She
be honest,
will
darling.
not like that. She is in New York.
Very nice.
Very nice. Dirt, can you do karaoke? Sing me New York, New York. Go.
What's New York?
Start spreading the news. I'm leaving.
I don't have a slightest clue, darling.
Oh, you are joking. Frank Sinatra?
I listen to MC. I listen to chav music, babe. N-dubs.
Who? N what?
N-dubs.
N-dubs?
And Tiny Temper.
Oh, not that... Listen, boys and girls, I'm going to give you a little lesson here. And there will be some people who don't know Tiny Temper. Now, this... I have had to be playing this, not in the gay clubs, but in the straight ones that I play in. They go absolutely mad for this record. It was at #1 in the UK charts, okay? Now, I don't know what your personal preference of music is. I like most sorts of music, okay? But can I just play you a little snippet of what was at #1 in the UK charts just a couple of weeks ago? Here it is.
Woo!
Shut up!
It's okay, I'm good. Let's go!
And then he does some singing. Hang on a minute, let me see.
Yeah, and there ain't nobody fresher. Semester to semester, raving with the freshers. 20 light bulbs around my table and my dresser. CLC compressor, just in case that don't impress her. Say hello to them, say hello to
you know, I just don't understand.
Drum and bass bit at the end's the best.
How can something like that get to #1 in the UK charts? We have had some wonderful people at the top of our charts. Vera Lynn, Cliff Richard, The Brotherhood of Man, Lulu, Cilla Black, Shirley Bassey, Robbie Williams. And then we have something like that. Why do you think that is good?
Right. I don't know.
Well, I don't know either. It's awful. How did that get... There must be one person with a lot of money who's bought up all those records, and that's how it got to #1 in the charts. That's all I can think here.
Yeah.
Anyway, thank you for calling, Stevie.
Okay then, babe.
It's wonderful, babe, to hear
I
your
love
little
you.
voice.
I love you to bits.
Thank you, darling, babe, honey child.
Bye.
Stevie. Well, we love the characters that call in here. Absolutely love the characters. Can I just go back to this email from Lady Lisa? because on the subject of the chavs there, Lisa says, how dare you, which I must have done this at some point in a previous show, how dare you suggest that Cypress Hill rap music is for chavs? They were the best white rap group, only outdone in popularity by the Beastie Boys. Barry Manilow wishes he could rap like that. Ready to take a chance. Oh, we love Barry Manilow. If you're new to the show, you won't know, but I have tickets to go and see him at the O2 Arena. Yes, at the O2 Arena next May. It's a long time to wait. We got all that Christmas and all that to get through yet. May, dear! Such a long time. And she says, on your show on the 5th, which was, of course, Thursday, you asked, how will the world end? Lisa says, Irving Distiller and Gary Burton will make an artificial baby together that will grow up to rule the world. And shortly after closing all hospitals, stores, fire departments, donut shops and emergency service, there will be total anarchy of all peoples in the streets of all the countries, and the world's end will swiftly follow. So that's how Lisa reckons the world is going to end, which is all very worrying, really. Very worrying indeed. Let's have some messages coming through at the moment. Let's see there. It's Lisa coming through live. Sorry, Lisa. I didn't realise you were sending messages as well. She says, oh my God, it's the babe guy again. Yes, he keeps calling me babe. Babe. I mean, come on, let's have a few gifts and drinks. Well, not that I drink, but you could take me out to Starbucks or something like that. That's where you are. Don't ask me, do you want to come down the pub? No. Would you like an afternoon at Starbucks? I might be tempted. Let's have a few bunches of flowers before you start calling me babe, please. Lisa says you've got to watch the vodka. He doesn't know Suko or New York. Oh no, Suko is going to go ballistic. I think Suko has gone ballistic. We're probably hear from her in a moment. Weirdo music up there in Clubhouse, mixed vibes there. Yeah, it's awful, isn't it? Teeny Temper, hugely popular. Hugely popular. But I'm sorry, I just don't get it. Not for me. Doesn't mean he's rubbish. Okay? Want to point that out? Doesn't mean he's rubbish. I can go out to listen to music or watch something, and I will say to you whether I think it's good or not. The fact that I may not like it is neither here nor there. Lisa also says, drugs. We can blame too much drugs on that reaching #1 in the UK chart. I think you're probably right, Lisa. You've got to be right there. You've got to be right there. Okay, I think we're going to go to Suko on the phone now. All right, and we'll see how she's doing. So, Suko, did you hear that? Someone who has never heard from you, lovey. What is going on, dear?
Someone heard from me.
You've got to be right there. Oh, turn my stream off, darling. Okay, and I'll come back to it in a second while you're doing that. All right. Now we'll turn that off. You done it? Done it?
Can you hear me?
That's better. Hello.
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 The names that I had chosen for Ron's cats, because I've met Ron, so I know where he's coming from.
Can you turn your microphone down a bit, darling?
Oh, okay.
Do you know how to do that?
No.
Okay. Let me see.
How's this? Is that better?
No.
My audio settings are all off. I've been practicing trying all week to get them right.
Okay. Let me help you. 1 second. Open Skype. I'll see if I can work this out myself. As you know, I'm not the best one to help with technical things, but we will attempt. Okay. On your Skype thing, go to Tools.
Tools. Uh-huh.
Okay. Options.
Okay.
Audio settings.
Okay.
On your microphone is the little box ticked where it says automatically adjust.
Yes.
Okay, untick that.
No, it's not ticked.
It's not fixed. Okay, can you see the line in the middle?
Yeah, should I move it down a little?
Move it down towards the left a bit, yeah.
Okay. How's that?
A little bit more.
Better?
Count to 5.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Much better.
How's that?
That sounds much better, darling, yes.
Okay.
Thank you, we can hear you now. Suko, someone doesn't know you. I can't believe it.
I can't believe it either. And no, I won't. I'm a nice
Say what
person.
you want,
I
my
won't say
darling.
what
This
I'm
is an
thinking.
unrestricted program.
First of all, knowing Ron, because I have met Ron, I had chosen Prada and Gucci.
Prada and Gucci, honestly, that is what he's like. He's so stuck up, it's unbelievable.
Yeah, so, D&G makes sense to me. Also.
And another thing, he was...
There's Vicky, who I love, and I think she's great for having sent you. I have sent you at least 20 cans of Bush's baked beans. Plus, I schlepped. You know what that means, schlepped?
No.
I schlepped 7 cans of the large cans of Bush's baked beans from New York to Manchester to London at your request.
And very
now, how
nice.
many people would do that for you?
They were very nice as well, Suko, but they've run out. I've run out.
Well, Vicky can keep them coming now. I just sent Lee a jar of Goober's peanut butter.
I think I know the problem now. Move back a bit from the microphone. Are you right on top of it?
Yeah, how's that?
That's a bit better. Go on.
It cost me $4 for the jar of peanut butter. I put a couple of other things in. It cost me $21 to mail it.
Who did you send this to?
To Lee.
Why are you sending him presents?
Because he was jealous that you were getting everything, so I offered. I'm a nice person.
Oh, I see. Sorry, I thought, it was me and that was it, but clearly not.
So listen, Chris, I'm following you today because I'm covering for Tom.
Okay.
And I don't know how to transition into the Ustream right after you.
What do you use? Oh, you're usually on Sunday first, are you?
Yeah.
Oh, well, wait till I've finished. Watching my little thing. Okay.
Isn't this great radio? Go ahead.
Yeah. You'll be watching, will you?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So when my little last bit of film goes, okay? Right, and then you get the Union Jack.
Yeah.
Right? And then you get the United Kingdom radio. When you see the United Kingdom radio thing,
yeah.
When you see it go off, then hit your start.
Okay, because it's telling when I go to Ustream, it's telling me there's already something streaming.
That's right, me.
Okay, and then it gives me 3 options.
Yes.
It gives me no, do not override. Yes, do not start prior stream. Yes, and restart prior stream when I am done.
No, just watch me, and as soon as it says off air, then you can start.
Okay.
All right, and worry about nothing. That's what my doctor says. Worry about nothing, he says.
Yeah, I've got it under control. No problem.
I'm also very pleased to announce that I have heard from Robert in Iceland.
Oh, that's great. Did you hear that part of Greenland broke off?
What do you mean?
A big piece of Greenland broke off. Let me see. It says a giant chunk of ice 4 times the size of Manhattan has broken off from one of Greenland's 2 biggest glaciers, creating the largest Arctic iceberg since 1962. Maybe Robert could tell us more about it.
It's not coming this way, is it? We don't need any more water.
No, we don't. I don't know. Well, it's not really Iceland's fault this time.
Well, I reckon it's all those cigarettes and the drugs that you're smoking at your place.
Yeah, it must be.
Anyway, what's in your show today? Anything exciting?
Well, I'm going to talk about me.
Yes.
I'm going to challenge Sizemore to call in because I know a thing or two about tasers and.
Was that the bloke in Northern Ireland?
Yeah, and the Twin Towers toppling conspiracy.
Oh,
I know
yes,
a big
Tom was,
bet.
yes,
a
Tom,
two bet that because I'm married to a police officer.
Tom was talking about that, wasn't he? I remember that, yeah.
Yeah, and
Okay.
I have a few things in store.
All right, well, when you're on, just don't get so close to your microphone because that's when it really distorts.
Okay.
So you know
Thanks.
you know where you are just a minute ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably about the best place to be.
Okay.
All right, lovely Suko.
Thank you.
Cheerio, my dear.
I'll speak soon. Bye.
All right, there we are, Suko, with you at 4 o'clock this afternoon, UK time. Travis writes in, the programme I was talking about with the young sort of 20-somethings was called Young, Dumb and Living Off Mum. If you're in the UK, you've got to watch that. I mean, that is a day. These children, most of them, are they all like it? I can't think of any one that's particularly better than any of the others. But they're absolutely vile. They are vile, these kids. And I'm kind of watching this and I'm wondering to myself, are they really like this or have they put this on for the television? I cannot believe children can be that disrespectful towards the parents and that. But I don't know if you've seen it. Terry in Huntingdonshire says about the meeting with Travis got me thinking now, although my friends at first. Let's face it, if anything happens, it's a bonus. Can't really see the hair with that curtain there. What do you mean you can't see my hair? What are you talking about? I haven't got a curtain in front of me. It's not a stage, it's a studio, dear. There are a difference. I'm not on stage at the moment. I want to point that out. Thank you, Terry. Well, good luck with your meeting. Is it going to be a date? I don't know. I mean, do you want me to ask him now? I'll tell you what, Terry. Let's cut out all the rubbish that you have to go through. I'm going to ask him now. Travis, do you fancy Terry? Come back to me and I'll let him know. Okay? Here I am, stupid Cupid. You're looking at me. See, I bring people together, boys and girls. We've got a line from Travis. Oh. Sorry, Terry. Doesn't fancy you, lovey. Move on. Don't be surprised now, Travis, if he just doesn't turn up. It'll probably make it, you may not hear from him again after. Oh, is he crying? Oh, Terry, don't cry. There is someone for everyone, except me, as I've found out all these years. There's no one for me, Gary. Is there anyone for you?
There could be. They could be.
Oh, Gary, there's just no one for me. 47 years up, well, obviously not when I was a baby, but shall we say 37, 20, 28, 30 years I've been looking for the love of my life, and I've tried everyone. I've tried girls, boys, cats, dogs, the lot. There's no one. No one. What about you?
There could be someone.
Where about? Are you in London?
What?
I can't remember where you are now. And it's
Northern.
If you don't mind, it's not what, it's pardon.
Okay, I am from Northern Ireland.
What part are you in?
Northern Ireland. I'm like the kind of your crazy caller who calls up.
I know who you are. That's okay.
People say on this radio station I'm a bit crazy.
I don't think you're crazy at all. I think you're very clever.
Thanks very much.
That's all right. No problem here. I think you're very clever. Yes.
No thanks.
Hey?
What? Where are you now?
I'm in my mini studio.
All right.
AKA spare room. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Is it raining over in Northern Ireland today?
No, it's not.
Pouring down here all day. I can't do a thing. I was going to go out on my bike over the forest earlier on, but no luck there. Have you got any pets, Gary? What have you got?
A cat and a dog.
Have you really? What are they called?
Pudsey and Harvey. Harvey and Pudsey.
Harvey and Pudsey. Oh, they're good names.
No. Pudsey and Harvey. Harvey and Pudsey.
Pudsey and Harvey. I love it. Love the names. Love the names.
Do you ever go out?
Me? No, I don't get time to go out anymore. I work 6 nights a week, don't I?
Do you?
The only time when you say go out to clubs and all that.
Yeah.
No, not at all. Never.
That could be why you're single.
Well, I'm on all these internet dating sites.
Are you?
Yeah, but I don't seem to get any messages, Gary. Only from people who are far too old and big to be with me.
All right.
What the
Yeah.
answer?
What?
What's the answer?
I don't know. But, what, sites do you go on?
Oh, I couldn't possibly tell that. People would be looking them up.
Is that not what you want?
Well, I don't know. I mean, you don't know who's listening or watching the show, do you?
But that could be a love of your life.
Oh, I've got a problem with the video now again. Just a minute, because we are recording the show as well on video. Just a second. Can I just... I've something gone wrong here. One sec. I've got to delete something now, I think. What's the date today?
It's
the 8th. Is it the 7th?
Yeah, it's the 7th.
Okay, let me just... I just got to delete something's gone terribly wrong here. I forgot to blank the card before I started, and it's all gone a bit wrong. 1 minute. Sorry, Gary. Sorry to keep you waiting like that. It's very rude of me. Right.
No.
There we are. That's okay. That's okay. That's back now, I think. Is that back on now? Little red dot. Does that mean it's recording?
I would say so.
I would say so as well. Pause. Yeah, that's it. There we go. We're back on now. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, everyone. I ran out of card space then. Anyway, what do you want to say today, Gary?
We're getting off the subject, Chris. We were talking about dating, and you're on this dating website, and you don't want anybody to know you're on it.
Oh,
what
no,
is the point in that, Chris?
I couldn't possibly tell friends and loyal listeners to this programme what sites I'm on. We can't have any of that. No.
One of them may want to go out.
Well, then they would send me a message via the radio station, wouldn't they?
No, but...
Come on, come back at me quicker like that. You're thinking too much.
But that is not the point. You're on this dating website and you don't want anybody to know. What is the point in that?
People must see my photo.
Where?
It's too late for me, Gary. I think I'm going to commit suicide.
No, where is it?
If I do that, can you hold the camera for me so that people can watch and figures for this show will go up?
No, Chris, that is not the point. The point is, you're too scared, and we need to get you out.
Do you think that's what it is?
Of that little room.
I need to get out of this little room.
Yeah.
Do you know what, Gary? You're a very thoughtful person, I think.
Yes, because...
where
do you work?
What about video chat type things? Do you know anything about those?
No.
Is it
What was going to say?
webcam dating sites or anything like that, perhaps?
What was going to say?
Would that work, Gary?
Yes. No. Where do you work?
Where do I work? Oh, various different places. In London.
East London?
No, not East London. West London. I work in West 5, a place called West 5. I work in South West London, a place called the Two Brewers, and another West London, Belushi's, and South London in Belushi's as well. Do you think I work too hard, Gary?
Yeah.
I think that might be what it was. Anyway, thank you for your call, Gary. Must press on. We're running out of time here. Oh. He didn't say goodbye. He just suddenly disappeared all of a sudden. Let's go to another call from Terry in Huntingdonshire. Hello, Terry. Thank you for all your messages today. Terry? Oh, have we lost you? Terry? No, Terry. Okay, not to worry. We'd seem to have lost him then for some reason. Couldn't hear a thing then. Hello to Alice. Alice S. Lack. Alice says, hello, Chris. I think perhaps Gary is a lot naive. Well, possibly.
Hello.
Terry, that's working now, is it? Hello.
Hello, Chris.
Hello, Terry. How are you?
How are you?
Very well, thank you very much. How may I assist you in your inquiry to this multinational radio show?
Well, I know one of the reasons why you might not be picking these young men up.
Just a minute. Why did you say young men?
Well, you know, I don't imagine you go for a.
I hardly class sort of 28 to 35 young. Do you?
Oh, I do.
Do you really? Do you?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Is that young? 28? Because if you speak to the 28, well, if you speak to anyone over 23, they think they're old. What's all that? Right, so
I know.
they all think they're old.
It's not good, is it?
No, it's not. Anyway, Terry, what are you ringing in for?
Well, the reason I think that you're not getting these young lads is because I've seen some of these profiles of yours.
Just a minute, you said it again. Young lads. I hardly think 30-ish is young. Continue.
Anyway, I've seen your profile. I've seen various profiles you have scattered around the internet.
Yes.
And I think, and possibly, just maybe, some of the pictures.
My finger is hovering on the button there.
Just some of the pictures you may have might not put people off, but you're kind of, you're not saving everything to reveal everything, if you see what I mean, without giving away too much.
What are you saying? I think you're looking at the wrong ones, dear.
Oh,
are you sure it's me that you're looking at? Dear me.
Well, let's just say it wasn't even private pictures.
Are you on any of these sites?
I used to be.
Oh, did you? What happened?
You
found someone, or you got a dog, or something like that. What happened then?
No, I tell you what happened actually, and it wasn't brilliant. I thought, okay, we'll try it, see what happens, and made a couple of friends, and one in particular I got very friendly with. He was a local guy,
yeah,
and all went very well. Met up a couple of times, and then in one of the evenings we met up, and he said, "Oh, by the way, I'll get a little bit short on cash, and could I lend him a small amount of money to help him pay his rent?" And I thought, that's fair enough. I'll do it once. Once is fine.
Just a minute. Have you just met this bloke?
This was perhaps 6 or 7 weeks into the friendship.
Oh no, can't have.
So it was very early on.
No.
And then after that, 2 or 3 weeks later, the same thing happened, and I said to myself, I'm not going to do it. And anyway, that was fine. Next week we met up. He said, just want to, let's just pop off to a shop and then we'll go back to mine. Anyway, we got down some of this place, and then he left me there. Just completely left me there. Said, I'll be back in 2 minutes. Oh, and he'd gone. So, what and do you know what? The interesting thing is, I had to use my phone to use the sat nav to get back to the railway station. Now, having done that,
you were
our trains weren't running particularly late, and I'd missed the last train home. I'm thinking, what on earth am I going to do now?
I've been chatting to people in pubs, and they've said, I'm just going to the toilet, and you don't see them again. But to actually be dumped somewhere in the middle of a field, oh, that's hilarious, Terry. It can only happen to you, dear.
I'd missed the last train home, and I thought, well, what can I do? I'll go to the bus station. I'd missed the last bus by about 3 minutes. So, yeah, you get these phone services like the 0800 reverse.
Yeah. So
I thought, well, I'll have to use that. I'll have to phone a friend of mine who lives relatively local, see if he can pick us up.
Phone a friend.
Fortunately, his dad was at the hospitals visiting someone quite late at night. So he said, "Oh, if you come out the front of the station, I'll be there in sort of 10, 15 minutes." And it was all right. Stayed there for the night, and was given a nice big hot cup of tea.
Oh, that's fair enough. Well, you were lucky with that one then, Terry.
Oh, not half.
Well,
but I'd never. I don't think I'd ever do it again quite like that. I think as long as you know the person, as long as you know them relatively well, or you think you know them relatively well.
Not a good idea. Well, good luck with your meeting with Travis. And you know what? When I used to. I've been out with girls as well when I was younger and what have you. And often, the girls, you'd ask them out and they'd say no, but they meant yes. And I'm wondering, as Travis was so quick to come back to me with a no, does he actually mean yes? Keep us fully informed.
Oh, I will. Don't you worry.
Thank you, Terry. Have a nice day.
Cheers, Chris, and you.
There we are. Terry there. I don't know what profile he's been looking at. Lisa says, does Gary want you? No, I don't know, Gary. I don't know about Gary. I'm not sure which way he's turning. She says, money grabbers glaw on the web dating sites. Beware. Oh, yes, I'm sure they do. What have you got there? They're looking. Gold diggers. We call them gold diggers. Gold diggers. Poor Terry. Poor Terry. It was so mean for someone to dump you there. That's what Lisa in California says. Slack Alice says, Mr. Turner is only a teenager, so how does he think of men of a certain age? Yeah, I don't know. No, Terry's in his 20s. Terry is in his 20s, Slack Alice. All right, say hello today to Dave. Hello, Dave Sewell, who's also in Grantham. Hello, Dave. Oh, you must be quite near our little friend Mikey Holt as well. Are you near Mikey? You're probably near Mikey Holt, one of our little presenters here. And also hello today to Tom, who says, ring and I shall answer. I wonder what he means. But shall we ring him and see what happens? What's the time? Oh, let's just do a couple of emails and I'll give you a ring, Tom. All right? Okay. Emails here from our good friend Robert. Now, Robert is actually in Iceland. He lives in Iceland. And I hadn't heard from him from some time. And I do get a little bit concerned sometimes when we have regular people that write into the show. And then suddenly they disappear. There's another one, actually, Susan, cat lover. I haven't heard from her for a very long time. And I'm a bit concerned about her as well. But Robert has written in and says, Chris, my dear chap, I've been spending some time in Paris. Hoi, hoi, hoi. Bonsoir, mon ami, comment ça va? Ouvrez la fenêtre, fermez la bouche. I know lots of French. We can do lots of French. I have not gone quiet, but rather I have been giving others a chance to shine, and they are shining. They are shining. Also, I've been having some bandwidth problems with my ISP. I'm working on that one, and now I've returned to kick some butts. And he wrote again the next day, I am missing Paris, Chris. I have been to Orlando, perhaps because we were talking about Disney. Young Mikey Holt has recently returned from Disney. Incidentally, Mikey was late yesterday. Did you? I mean, he was late for his radio show. How can you be late for a show? And he came up with some tin pot excuse about why he was late. I mean, it's a liberty. That's what it is. What about your millions of fans who were working, waiting to hear your voice on the radio? And you weren't there because you were busy doing something else. I mean, how can I put it? Does Moira Stewart, who reads, well, she used to read, I don't think she reads the news now, but do the newscasters, do you turn the news on at 9 o'clock, right? And then 11 o'clock, someone kind of walks in with a couple of bags of shopping and says, I'm sorry I'm late, I was down the shops. No, they don't, Mikey. Do they? The news starts at 9 o'clock, and your show should start at 7 o'clock on a Friday, not 5 past or 10 past because you couldn't be bothered to make the effort to get there on time. 7 o'clock is your time, isn't it? The news, the TV program, they don't run late, unless there's a football match on or something like that, and then they apologise. So you can't just walking at 10 past. Oh, sorry I was late. What about, everyone's gone by then. If you're not there at 7 o'clock, do you really think people are going to sit there at 10 minutes and wait for you? No, they're not. What were your figures like last night? Dreadful, I would assume. Anyway, Back to the emails. Robert says, because Mike is bigger, I've been to Orlando perhaps 10 times since my first trip in the 80s, and I have to say, now this has surprised me, I think Disneyland Paris is way better than the Magic Kingdom, and that goes for the MGM studios as well. I was very, very impressed, and that means something from me. So I'm very surprised at you saying that, to be honest, Robert. I thought that the Paris Disney, all aspects of it, I thought were nowhere near as good as the Florida one. I really did. So surprised to hear that. Anyway, very, very pleased that you're back with us, Robert. Please stay in touch. Okay? Stay in touch. How are we doing? 5 minutes. Okay, Mikey Holt says, I told people I was on and they tuned in. I had more listeners than usual. It's not good enough. You can't just wander in at 7:10 and start. 7 o'clock's your time. It's very important, Mikey. It's okay. It's not just you. Most young people are like this. They think they can just swan in at any time. No, 7 o'clock is your time. 7 o'clock. Doot, 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 doot. That's the time that you should be on, Mikey. Excuse me. And I'll tell you what, if you're a very good boy and turn up over the next few weeks at your regular time, I'll make you one of these.
From the Mirrorball studio in Royal Berkshire, this is Chris Reardon.
Is that fair enough? Gary wants to know, what do you not know then? Well, I don't know which bus you get on, Gary. Do you get on the bus that goes to the girls' school? Or do you get the bus that goes to the boys' school? Which bus do you get on? That's what we all want to know. Come out here on United Kingdom Radio. One more email today and then it'll be time to go. Don't forget Suko's on with you at just a few minutes time at 4 o'clock. And Jennifer writes, hi Chris, how are you? I'm very well, Jennifer, thank you. Very well. I'm doing good. I'll be heading out to Oklahoma again on Thursday, August the 12th. My husband is moving into town. And I'll be able to watch your shows without any trouble now. Unfortunately, during this trip, I'll be doing most of the work since he is down one arm. Because he lost an arm? How awful. How on earth did that happen? Because of his shoulder surgery about a month ago. Well, that's bad news. Jennifer, I've just realised I've started this very, very long email from you. And I've only got a few minutes, so I won't carry on with that. Okay, well, hold on to that for Tuesday's show. I'm with you again Tuesday morning at 11 o'clock live, or if not, just on the podcast as usual. Now, you know, at the beginning of the show, I started talking to you about the kittens, didn't I? More news on the kittens, more news on the kittens. So Thursday, when I had his test drive, I looked after the cats. They spent most of the time underneath the sofa. Also had my hair cut Thursday by the nice Turkish men. Little hairdressers in Whitecross Street, EC1, which is right in the centre of the city. And they do the hot towel and all that. But they do it all properly. And he gets this bit of flame thing and wafts it around my ears to burn off all the nasty hairs and things like that. Eh? It's true. That's what they do. All for £10. For £10. Now, what was I saying? Oh, yes, the cats. So they're doing very, very well, thank you. They keep eating, and he's got the most wonderful cat litter tray as well. Great big thing. But unfortunately, I did get a phone call from Ronnie this morning, and apparently one of the cats had made a little mess on the bed. Why it done that, I don't know. But that's just one of those things, isn't it? So that's the news of the cats, and I shall give you more news as it happens. Now, I'll be with you again on Tuesday morning at 11 o'clock UK time. All right, once again, Tuesday morning at 11 o'clock UK time. If you want to watch any of the podcasts or just listen to any of the podcasts going back over the last nearly 5 years, then just go to the main website for this show, unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. Suko up with you just after me. See you again on Tuesday morning at 11 o'clock UK time. Thanks for watching and listening. Bye-bye now.